David, nice to see you. Probably easiest place to just dive in with coming out of the game, the ones who are on duty on Saturday for tomorrow, any issues there fitness-wise, and then we'll get into one or two of the other players obviously.
No, everybody looked fine. Obviously the one or other knock, but nothing serious, so it looks that everybody who was available for selection on Saturday will be ready for selection for tomorrow as well.
Obviously that includes Ashley Barnes. Just how's he come out of his first sort of 90 since September?
Yeah, he's fine. Fitness-wise, he looked top. To be fair, yesterday when we were in, he was fine as well. So no issues with him. How big his fitness will be for tomorrow's game, we will assess tomorrow morning. Will he start or will he not start is something we have to decide.
Yeah, I think you said before the weekend it probably is too much of a stretch. A 3-game week after his layoff to expect him to do all 90 minutes. Yeah,
and to be fair, I didn't expect as well that he will play 90 in his first game. So we will see. As I said, he looked super fit. So big compliment for him and for our physical department, for our rehab department as well. How they assessed him in recent weeks was just top class, because this is the reason why he was able to play the 90 minutes plus stoppage time on Saturday.
A couple of updates since obviously Saturday night on where we are with Johnny Rowe and Poeta.
Yeah, both will be a late call, like before the last game. We have to assess today, and maybe we make the call tomorrow morning. What makes sense for them? We have, as I said, to look from day to day with both. It isn't a major issue, but obviously it's something which can rule them out for the one or other game. We have to look on them day by day, so nothing decided yet.
Just on Poeta, just to clarify, so he damaged his foot basically prior to the weekend?
Yeah, but not in training. It was a private incident which he had, so it is nothing serious, but unfortunately, obviously very painful.
Okay. And are we still on course, Gunny, Forshaw, maybe Bristol? Possibly back in the week?
Yeah, so we expect them back for training after the Watford game. So the rest of the week, the second half of the week, they will be back in training. And if this means they can be in contention for Bristol, we will decide. Maybe it's a slight advantage. This Bristol game is on Sunday, not on Saturday. It gives us one day more, but both will be back for the second part of this week in training.
And then just Hamley, are we talking a week, 2 weeks?
Yeah. So hopefully the week after Bristol, we have to see beginning or end of the week, we will see. But everything looks quite positive at the minute that he will be back in training the week after Bristol as well.
Just reflections on QPR, you've obviously debriefed it now since the weekend. Is it how you felt as you lived it on the touchline on Saturday, how that game panned out?
Yeah, I think, like I said after the game, we clearly identified, and to be fair, this was not rocket science, where we have to dramatically improve. If you look on our goals conceded, where we were the worst in the league so far, and obviously we've seen as well that we are always able to create opportunities and to score. And if you look back to the last game, yes, wasn't the most entertaining game, as I said, even immediately after the game, but in terms of expected goals conceded, it was the lowest which we had the whole season, and this is a big step for us. So, this means we were able to keep a clean sheet, which was big for us as well, and to score and to win this game was exactly what we wanted. So, if it means for us to keep going and improving what we started, this is something big for us for sure. To be more difficult to get breakdown, to concede less chances, and try to keep clean sheets as well, is a big thing for us to improve for the next games. Was a good step, QPR, but now it's all about to confirm or to even do it better, because Watford will be on another level than QPR as well. I think this is pretty clear, and to do so away from home is very important as well. And we still try to create, to use opportunities, to be clinical, be more ruthless in both boxes. This is what we always said we have to be, and QPR was the first step.
Just on this, because obviously you said after the game very clearly, you've repeated it there, that couldn't continue. The goals against, like you said, dramatically had to improve. in practical terms, what has that translated to, obviously, over the sort of international period, and then when you've got all your players back now in these last few days? Is it Ashley Barnes coming back into the side, shape, work out of possession? What are the key triggers for you to? That's the end goal. We need to get to that point, boys. What have you now started to work on to try and get down that road?
At the end of the day, we identified clearly 7 topics which we have to improve if we like to improve our defensive record. And we've spoken about this, we've shown the players the 7 topics, we worked on these topics as well. And a lot of them we were able to see better in the last game. Not perfect, we still make mistakes which we should not do in our defensive mindset and defensive shape. But obviously football is a game of mistakes, so we have to minimize them. And as everybody knows, one of the topics, even if I don't like to speak about every single topic, was as well that we can't afford to have continue so many individual huge mistakes which we've had in the first 16 games. So this was, we counted 8 to 10 to be fair, and this is too many of them. And this is the first thing which you have to do better individually. You can speak about tactic, mindset, shape, formation. Everything doesn't count if individuals make mistakes like we have done in the first 16 games. And this is something where we dramatically have to improve as well. As I said, QPR was the first step. Yes, there are mistakes in games, but not mistakes which we have done beforehand. And it was a big step, so credit to the players that they have shown it. And now it's, as I said, I don't like to look too much backwards now, even if QPR is only 2 days ago, because for us it's all about the next one, which is Watford. To show it again, to show it consistently, to be as hungry and greedy, to keep the ball of your net, and really make this hard yards which the players have done, and have the mindset. We have to be much more difficult to break down like we've done in the past, and this is the next one where we like to show we can do this consistently, home or away.
What about the aspect of that, which again you touched on after the game when you did your media, that it wasn't the most entertaining, and maybe you just had to compromise a little bit of that because you put such an emphasis on defensively and being better and keeping goals out of your net. Is that where you feel going to be in this period? I mean, Danny Bart said it after the game that listen, clean sheets breed confidence individually, collectively, and once you have that confidence of a good few defensive performances, maybe you can start then to be a bit more expansive again and add those elements back in. Do you see it as a bit of a process now?
Yeah, listen, I think especially the offensive situation and the sort of being creative depends a lot on confidence, and obviously this is something which we started to build to get back as well. And with back-to-back wins, everybody should be on another level confidence-wise than it was before, but it isn't the case that we clearly said, okay, we have to be more solid and stable defensively, and this automatically means we can't attack like we've done before. No, this is not how we wanted to set ourselves up, but we clearly had to make sure where our focus have to be. And I think, as I said, if you looked on our goal record, it was clear where we have to improve. And now, as I said, this was a first step, a good step, important step, because if you do meetings like we've done, where we were really clear and had honest words, and when you really identified where you like to work on, and obviously then the next game you performed on this level defensively, kept the clean sheet, this gives even more belief and trust and confidence in what the players are doing, and hopefully now it's a moment where we can build on this. And with the game beforehand, before the international break, which the players have won, I think now we have to make sure that we take and keep this on board and continue doing. With still in the back of our mind that in the next weeks some further players will be back to push for competition in the squad as well.
Yeah, and on that point about the creativity you have in the side, I think the club put it out today, and that was Gabriel Sara's 6th assist of the season, 5 goals. Those are the areas where he can really hurt teams, where he's got a bit of time on the ball, he's got runners ahead of him in the right areas of the pitch, because we know he's got the technical ability to play those passes. And you can get him in those situations, as he's shown with his personal numbers. he can be really effective at this level.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody knows this. Gabby can score goals and he can give assists as well. He has unbelievable numbers in terms of his physical stats as well. But he is a key part as well, because in the middle of the park that we are stable and solid defensively as well. And I think if you look more on the tactical point of view, apart from the stats in goals and assists, Gabi did a big step in the last game as well. And he was one of the main persons why we looked more stable as well, because he had a little bit different position when we were in ball possession and after the turnovers as well. And this is quite important that we, especially in the center, but as well in the wide areas, have a clear mindset how we like to defend as well.
Yeah. Moving on to Watford, obviously gone to Leicester and only conceded a couple of late goals there, but I think they were unbeaten in 6 prior to that. So, as you said, probably about QPR as well, this is a very, very good team with very good individuals, a big test.
Yeah, for sure. I think everybody knows about the individual quality. Yes, they lost against Leicester, but we will, like we've done against QPR, we will try to be focused on ourselves. QPR had 2 good results with the draws, difficult to break down after they had the change of manager. Now Watford was a little bit the same. I think we have to make sure that we continue our way, which we found back before the international break with the results and how the players set themselves up defensively. I said this before, it's the players who win the games, and this is what they've done now 2 times. And we all together like to keep this winning feeling going, and for this we have to be on our best tomorrow night for sure. Against a good opponent, this is not a shadow of a doubt. We have to make sure that we keep the stability and obviously that we attack on our best as well. Because we all together, as I said before, and have the feeling we are able to score goals, and this is what we need if we like to win tomorrow.
I mean, obviously you've broken them down and their threats. I mean, where do you see this game tomorrow? What type of game? Are we in the same territory Saturday? Are they a good possession-based side under Ishmael?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think first of all they have quite individual quality. They have an aerial threat in the box as well. Means they are a team which cross the ball. Sometimes they cross the ball early on the wide areas. They have some decent speed with their wingers and fullbacks as well. And centrally they can penetrate if you give them time. I think we have to make sure that we give the right information to the players on board, like we always have done. But the most important thing is, I think, if we do a lot of things right in ball possession, and then obviously if we have to defend as well, that we have exactly the same mindset, short distances, the same aggression which we had in the last games, then we will be on a good side, and obviously then fine margins will decide the game.
Have you come across Ismail at all? Obviously with his background in German football, is he a guy you've had any dealings with in the past?
No, not so far. I haven't met him in person as a manager or as a player as well.
Yeah, but I mean in England he obviously came to prominence, did a very good job at Barnsley. I didn't quite work out for him at West Brom, but he clearly as a coach at this level is very good at putting teams together and the team from a distance.
Yeah, and he trained in Bremen as well in Germany, had a good playing career, yes. Obviously I think he adapted a little bit his style as well. Barnsley and West Brom, he was quite direct with his teams. Now they play much more football than they've done before. As I said, we are aware about everything, what we have to know. The most important information we give our players across, like always. And then we have to see, and we to be fair, I'm quite excited about the game and the challenge which is in front of us. After now back-to-back wins, a clean sheet, go to Watford, which is a decent side, and to test yourself. It's a great opportunity for all of us to show what we are capable of, and like always, then there's a moment where the players have to show and try to fight for the result.
Just 2 more if I can, just away from the game. I know your full focus is on Watford and then Bristol, but in between it's club's annual meeting. is there an opportunity maybe, Mark Atanasio, we would expect him to be over later in the week. Is there a chance for you to sit down with him?
Yeah, he will be over for sure. Last time when he was here, he has seen against Southampton a quite entertaining game. Hopefully he again brings us luck in terms of that we play a decent game, hopefully with a good result as well. And they will be together, the whole board, and he will be over as well.
And the final one, because we haven't really asked you about him, one of your loan players, Christoph Scholz, he's gone away to Dusseldorf and he's doing very well from a distance. Scored again at the weekend against one of your old sides, I think. Just how much are you keeping tabs on that? And obviously now with Ben coming into the building, is that a situation, because we know there's a bit of an option there maybe for Fortuna at the end of this coming season? Is that something that could potentially be reassessed now as you move forward?
Yeah, to be fair, especially on Christoph, I'm very happy because you can imagine that I was a little bit involved in a loan to Germany, where I always thought, okay, this is the right place where I'm quite sure and confident that he can accelerate his career again. And obviously, apart from that he scored, he gave 2 assists as well in this game. So he has had not only a great start, he has a very good season so far with Düsseldorf, and Düsseldorf as well performed on a very good level. So they are fighting for promotion. Fingers crossed he stays healthy and can continue what he's doing. And this only shows that sometimes the loan, especially for a young player, can be exactly the right move to accelerate the career, because obviously talent they have. This is why we sign them, but sometimes to show your quality, the one or other thing have to come together and click together, and this is what now happened for him in Düsseldorf. And hopefully, as I said, he stays healthy and can continue what he's doing. And obviously we follow him quite close, especially me, because the German football is something which is quite close on my radar.
But in terms of the dimension about what happens next, I mean, is that still up to be discussed, you, Ben, and the player himself?
Yeah, but to be fair, this is too early, still too early. So first and foremost, stay healthy, and secondly, continue performing like you've done as an individual and as with the team as well. He and they are in a great position. Maybe they can win promotion, so nothing is bigger for a player like this. And then when the season comes to the end, or maybe even after the season, we have to make a discussion about this, not earlier.
That's good. Thank you.